Hello, my name is Camper Bull. I'm the founder of the PMP Masterclass, the author of Moving from Project Management to Project Leadership, and I had the honor of being a content contributor for the PMBOK, the Project Management Body of Knowledge version 4. I know that it's difficult to get good, clean information in a very difficult world over an exam that is very challenging. In many ways, the PMP exam is one of the most talked about and least understood exams around. It is designed to be difficult, like a CPA level exam, and there is lots of information out there, and I know it can be confusing. I'm glad you're here, because what we'd like to do is give you a series of study tips to help you pass your PMP exam and get on with being a professional project manager, allowing that certification open new doors and bring in new income and new possibilities. I've been teaching project management for 10 years, and in many times I get questions about what are the best ways to study. Give me a series of tips. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is think about this as a project. First of all, you need to plan how you're going to study and how you're going to take the exam. So sit down. There are 12 chapters in the PMBOK. Now understand that the PMBOK is not the only thing that you need to study, but there are 12 chapters in the PMBOK. So once you set the date to take the exam, by the way, a project in and of itself, and it's important to set the date and work backwards. Give yourself enough time. We suggest a minimum of 6 weeks before you take the exam to give yourself some time. It's a lot of information, and you can't cram it in on a weekend or a week. You need to absorb that information. By the way, absorbing that information will also allow you to gain that information when you need it in your workplace, just not in the project management exam, the PMP exam. We at the PMP Masterclass believe in PMP for life, not just for 4 hours. Another tip I'm going to suggest is that you plan your time in the 4 hours. You give yourself a series of breaks during the exam. Give yourself some idea of when you want to stop. And understand that giving yourself a quick mental break or going out and getting some water, which is allowed, will be very advantageous to you to setting that expectation. Other tips I give people looking for the PMP certification is that you need to understand that it's not just the PMBOK. The Project Management Body of Knowledge is the framework, but there's a lot more information, and you really need a series of good additional documents and support to make sure that you're doing that. If you're going to be looking for those sort of documents or that kind of training, make sure the training is up to date. Make sure it's on the 4th edition. There is training out there that's still on the 3rd edition that they never have bothered to increase and change, and there have been some major changes. If you see things like the triple constraint, you know that you're using the wrong set of training materials. Amazon itself sells all of the old training books, so be careful. Finally, I'm going to encourage you to use questions to study. It is one of the best ways to find out what information you know, what information you don't know, and what information you need to review. All of these things will help you in passing the PMP exam. But the first and the most important study tip that I can give you is you have to have a date. You have to go through the process of documenting your hours, submitting it to PMI, and creating a date. If you don't have a date, you're wasting your time because you can't work backwards and figure out. There's no pressure involved in studying. If you study for a year and you still don't have a date, what's another year? So go ahead, fill out the documentation. Go to www.pmi.org to actually get the certification documentation, and you can fill out the application right there. In order to serve you better, we've created a series of free videos and documents to help you through this process. Once you've gotten permission to take the PMP exam, we are going to give you 3 free videos that talk about tips and tricks to passing the PMP exam. There is no shortcut to this, but there are several very useful things that we can teach you to make sure that happens for free. The second video we created is all about a tool I created to help you understand what you get right, what you get wrong, and your confidence level in passing the PMP exam using questions. By the way, you should be shooting between 70 and 80% success rate in the questions before you take the exam, just to be sure. The next video in our series we created is all about how you learn and how you should be studying. If you're studying like you're studying in high school or college, you're not doing yourself a favor, because we as adults learn differently. I also am going to give you a review of all of the major PMP prep books on the market so that you can select the best one. They are range in quality as well as size. They are expensive, so I will encourage you to take a look at these. I'm sure it will serve you. I've also created 25 secrets to passing the PMP exam. These are secrets I have accumulated over the last 10 years that will certainly serve you. And since studying with questions is the best way to do it, I want to encourage you also to sign up, because we'll give you 20 free questions so that you can see how well you're doing. I encourage you to go to www.pmmasterclass.com. That's www.pmmasterclass.com to get the free videos on what you should be doing and how you should be studying, to get the 25 secrets in passing the PMP exam, to get all of the book reviews on all of the major books on PMP study prep, as well as 20 questions that I'm giving you free to help you study. These will all serve you in becoming a PMP, not only to getting the certification, but taking that information and spreading it out so we as a complete industry can get better at what we do. My name is Camper Bowl. I'm the founder of the PMP Masterclass, and I want to encourage you to go to our website to understand and help you pass the PMP exam. I look forward to seeing you next time.